night already.
Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop, pop. 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 Penis syndrome.
Hello and welcome to Misfits and Monsters, the first episode of the future, 2020, where we all have perfect vision apparently. I hope.
We're all going to die in a nuclear fucking fire.
No, it's going to be fine. Donald Trump will save us. Anyway, enough
Well,
politics. I'm your friend Dungeon Master Aaron, and I've got a new hat. Look at this! This is a proper Dungeon Master's hat. This is
it's great.
A Chris Perkins special. This is
Nerd.
Nice. Really nice.
Yeah, I fucking own it, bro. You call me nerd. I'm a nerd. Oh god.
We're big
What have we done?
nerds.
Stop it. Enough. None of that. None of that. I wish I could tell you that.
Enough that.
Oh fuck! I haven't done this window. Unfortunately, our Octobard Calamari, played by other Mike, can't be with us because he's having his eyes and brain melted by bad art. So, I'm sorry.
It's that time of the year.
It's that time of the year, and only we know what that means. Just in case some of those people in question are watching.
If you're a student, you failed. Fucker.
Okay. Pat, no.
It's alright. It's alright. They don't
I had a very, very long day.
Oh no!
Okay, but with us today, we do have the rest of the crew, which is great because I don't have to do so much fucking about with Windows. Even though I'm doing that live on air as I speak, like a professional. You know, it's a Misfits and Monsters show when the DM's fucking about moving windows and things like that. You don't get this on any other streams. You don't get this on any other. Like, think yourselves lucky. You get to see things happening in real time.
Quality content we're here for.
Yeah, everything is content, even the crap that we spew out of our.
Everything is
That's
content.
what they say.
Yeah, so below me, I have a person called Haz who's going to tell you some stuff about his character.
Hello there. I'm Haz. I play seasonal straw boy Bramble, a hexling and menace with a penance, an inquisitor ready to visit you, werewolf husband gone rogue, orc wives on a rampage. No wish thugs piss on your rug, dude. One hex call can solve it all. Call your boy.
Do you do any work? Do you do any actual work, or do you just write those fucking
Seasonal
rhymes?
straw boy. That's a t-shirt. Someone write that down. Adult detective, seasonal straw boy.
Oh my god.
I actually hate you.
You set the bar too fucking high.
Have you been sitting on that all Christmas, Haz? Have you just been like...
Oh man, yeah.
He's written a backlog of them.
Oh, I bet there's just like an entire file in there.
Oh yeah, man. I don't go to work. This is my work now.
He just has a noteboard.
Hey, that's what I said earlier. This is what
Literally,
He has a noteboard pinned on his toilet, and he just sits there as he's doing one. Just,
He's doing one.
Doing
while doing
what?
That's the most polite way I've ever heard of taking a shit.
While he's curling out a turd, he's doing.
you brought it down.
That's what
We
we
were
do.
just working in euphemisms.
We start 2020 like we mean to go on. Badly.
Right. Well, this is why this isn't a kids show.
Covered in shit.
Ain't that the truth?
Cat's already on the line.
She needs it to deal with us being the only lady on the show.
Yeah. These fucking guys.
Jesus, I can't quit now.
Yeah, too late. Too
Sippy
far in.
sips.
Speaking of which, Kat, it's you.
I'm on the alcohol
You can go
too.
next if you had
It's
enough wine.
me.
I mean, why not?
I only have one glass, and my voice is still a bit fucked, so we'll see how this goes. Oh dear.
I'm not drunk, you're drunk.
No! I've had a really bad sinus infection, and my voice is still coming back.
Of course. Of course.
Definitely not just trashed.
Now talk for 2 hours.
Yes, cool. I'm playing Kayla. She's our tiefling battle mage. She's got horns. She's got purple skin. She likes fire spells. Got a mysterious past to do with betrayal and all the good stuff.
Nice.
And she likes hot sauce. Yeah, I need to read it.
Send me
Where's
on.
it gone?
Do love a bit of hot sauce.
Whips and chains, demons and flames. Pass the hot sauce. She's
Guys,
serving
guys,
lots of
I
infernal realness.
think Kat might be drunk.
No,
That's
I'm
why
not
I
drunk.
Not enough drunk. More
I'm
drunk.
just
Let's go now.
yeah, I need to be more drunk.
This is no longer a D&D stream. This is now an intervention.
Read
Oh
in.
no.
Dragons.
Drunken and
I think that might actually be it.
That's a podcast.
I think that is a
Yeah, I'm pretty
podcast,
sure
yeah.
that is. Yeah.
A good one as well. Yeah, we've inadvertently given a shout out to a fellow D&D entertainer there. Woohoo! Finally,
Yay!
they're good. Okay, Mike, you're up next. Please bring us some enlightenment.
Every week I try.
One day
Hasn't worked yet.
Yeah, I'm playing Ezra with Charm and Wit, sharp as any blade. Brings some much needed sophistication to the misfit rabble. Testing the might of pen and sword, he strives for feats of heroism worthy of his own tale.
Oh man, you guys write this shit down now, don't you?
Actually, I'm recycling what I did a few weeks
Yeah,
back. I figured if I just
right,
alternate
cool.
them enough, you guys won't even notice.
No, you're just putting me on the spot because I just turned up and drank 2 beers and now I have to say something funny or insightful.
You can do it.
Cool.
Yeah, you're up next.
Just be yourself.
So Pat, that's you now. That's
Oh,
cue.
fuck. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm Pat. I 2 beers in, and I play a character called Sif, who is a half orc, half monk, all thief, and
Wait, what?
All beef.
All
and all
beef.
beef.
Wait, you're
I
a
got,
thief?
I got the brown and the brains.
Did
you say your character's a
brown
thief?
and the brains?
Your mouth is
No,
weird,
The
beef.
brawn.
Beef.
I got the brown and the brains.
The
I-
brown.
Does that mean you
Brawn.
got shit for brains?
I don't know. I've got beef for brains. Yeah.
Oh, good enough. Moving on. Max,
Call me from now on beef brain.
you're up.
Hi, I'm Max.
I play a character called Bog. He sounds like this if you remember. He's got a really annoying, shrill, gets in your brain voice.
How long can you keep that up for?
2
Probably
hours.
all day. I could talk constantly. He's 40%,
We know.
40% wizard, 40% gnome, 40% of his legs are missing.
I thought the legs were
Well,
completely
this adds
gone.
up to 100.
Yeah, I think that would make 40% of his body.
D&D isn't improving your maths.
It's on
I
an
mean, we're
8
artists.
scale. It's
Venn
it's
diagram.
a Faerun thing.
It's a gnomish scale of
It's
percentage.
similar to how there are 10 days in a Faerunian week. There are 120 units in 100 units.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
The gnome character's all a bit out there. 4s and 11s. Yeah,
It's
it
edgy.
makes sense in the end.
Alright, imagine having to work 8 days
Fantasy
instead of
maths.
just 5.
Doesn't have to work. Just you then, Craig.
It's magic.
Oh shit.
Reveal why you're wearing that face.
I play Cray Cray, a reptilian bugbear. I almost didn't say bugbear then.
Bumber.
Yeah,
Bomber?
an amnesiac
Oh my.
fighter. Also have a mysterious past. I keep it mysterious.
Your mouth isn't moving as well as it used. There we go. That's better.
You've
It's
got
'cause
to
it's like
use
pinching
your
my
jaw
face.
more.
I've probably got Christmas fat.
Didn't we all?
I'm just fat.
Oh no! We don't say things like that about ourselves on
No, Cat.
You're beautiful.
Oh,
It's PH. It's PH.
No, so
I lost a bunch of weight, you fat
Thick.
fucks.
I stayed exactly.
Get a
the same
webcam and you can show us.
as I always
Yeah,
do.
you know.
Yeah, what you used to have a webcam. What happened?
Hey,
Is
hey, guess what? I'm 29 in 2 weeks. Someone buy me a fucking webcam.
Okay,
There we
can
go.
club together and do that. I think. Okay, we know what get Pat's. If anyone wants to help us
Sorted.
buy Pat a new webcam, we have a Ko-fi and a Patreon. So if you're feeling generous in this new year before we're all wiped out in the coming months in the new desert storm that's going to happen, yeah, please, rain down charity upon so we can get Pat a camera. Anyway,
For just £2 a day, you can make a happy boy very happy. I can hear myself in your microphone. It's really bad. Oh, jeez.
We need like a black and white photo of like Pat just like looking down, quite sad.
most of those
And,
photos of
They-
Pat.
they-
Like
exist.
zoom into it slowly.
All my photos of Pat
That
look
is-
like
This
that.
is why editing on the fly would be great.
Yeah. Aaron's right. Just take any picture of me from the last 10 years and I'll look miserable.
Aw.
Okay, we'll start the campaign for Pat next session.
I have got a picture of Pat in a little beam of sunlight, looking really annoyed about it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Can you please send me that? I want to see that.
Yeah, sure.
all right, let's play D&D.
All right.
So last session, if you recall, you had rescued Craftmas from being stolen by the miser beast, having caught it in the bar of the Bowels of the Earth where you are currently headquartered, and
We did it.
you threw his body unceremoniously out into the snow, and carried on with your Craftmas celebrations and gift giving, and now that's all wrapped up, and it's the next day, and the watch come to your door and knock loudly, waiting for you to open it. You know, they're not
Just,
going to just barge in.
Just came through the hole in the wall.
Oh yeah, of course. You blew Cat's gift blew a massive hole in the wall.
Oh,
So one of the guards pulls like a canvas sheet aside that you've
Are we in the middle of fixing that?
yeah, and he's like, "Is it okay if we come inside? We have some news about last night's disturbances. I think you'd be interested in hearing the."
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, come on in.
Shall I just come through this flap
Yes.
rather than? Okay. He parts
Just
the
step through.
the cover through and ducks under a board that you've put over it, and it's like, the body that you said would be outside wasn't, but whoever the creature was, he left a significant blood trail and an easy to follow prints leading all the way through Waterdeep up to the mountain, and we discovered a lair there where most of the town's Craftmas gifts have been stored. However, there was no sign of the beast or these shadowy cloaked minions that you spoke of. This is not to say that we don't believe you, because we've had multiple sightings reported on Craftmas Eve, so it's been corroborated, but we were unable to actually apprehend any of them or examine the body because it had got up and walked away. But we did recover all the gifts, so we have you to thank for that. So yet again, the city owes you another favour for your intervention there. It was quite lucky that we were posted in the Bowels of the Earth, seeing as you were of significant interest to that creature and his cronies. So,
Wait, who was that? Was that Krampus?
I believe you said it was called the Miser Beast, based on something that you'd learnt from it that evening.
I'm sorry, that evening feels like years ago.
Feels feels like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
It feels like
That's like
We slept for a really long time.
Feels like it was last year.
2 10 minus 4s.
Is it so? I mean, really, I've just come to report that. But again, as you saved the city from another dire circumstance, the Open Lords are keen to make audience with you. So as soon as you have finished in this latest mission that you're on, they're keen to accelerate the meeting as soon as possible. It seems you've earned yet more favour with them, so I come to be the bearer of that good news from Mert himself, might I add.
Do we make any more money?
I don't know about that. I'm merely the messenger. I haven't brought any reward. I didn't realise there was one, but maybe you will be compensated. Who knows?
Thanks, Jeff.
Yes, my name isn't Jeff, but okay, fine. Who am I to argue with the saviours of Waterdeep again? But I must be about my duties now, so I wish you all a good day and in a happy next year and Merry Craftmas and all that. Now I must take my leave of you. Goodbye.
Happy next year.
Hold on, and before he leaves, I toss him a couple of silver coins. Happy Craftsmas, my man.
Oh, well, thank you. In the spirit of the season, I will accept this as not a bribe, but as a gift. That should allow me to keep it without taxation or having to what's the term? Declare. Yes, that's the word that the DM was struggling to find.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Thank goodness there's other people in the room with a vocabulary larger than said words. Right.
And
he leaves and via the flap that he came through.
Who was that? Who's upstairs?
Jeff.
Oh!
And then there's another knock at the
How's
door.
his kids?
You hear another.
We come downstairs.
Flap.
You open
Get
the
through
flap.
the flap.
Get the
you
flap.
See your friend Flint standing there, and he's like
Oh.
Stetson hat and his long coat, and he's like,
Hi.
he's like, hi, I'm sorry I'm late. Getting here was real trouble. The weather was so bad. I couldn't get a carriage here in time to make the Craftmas celebration thing you told me about, but I did bring my gift. I've got the gift for Kayla here. I'm sorry it's late. And he sees Kayla. He's like, here, howdy, here. I made these for you. And he hands you this badly wrapped package, but it's like 2 handfuls of like in size, like, and it feels fairly heavy. She's like, I hope you like them. I wasn't sure about the size, not being here to measure them and whatnot, but hopefully they'll fit.
Good God, what is it?
I already had a Christmas present. Is this another one?
What, for me? You didn't have a present for me.
No.
I wasn't able to bring it on time. This is my present to you for this Craftmas fair.
Okay.
Perhaps you're thinking of my wonderful portrait that I gave to everyone.
No, I got the chain whip from.
Did I
the
get a
secret-
portrait of you? Like,
I mean,
No.
he'll give-
I don't know
Good.
you.
He has one for you, though, I'm sure.
I'll go fetch one. And I run upstairs
I mean,
and reach into a box full of dozens of them.
My character didn't get a Christmas gift because Saren wasn't about.
Oh wait, did you not?
And-
Is this the secret Craftmas? Is this tied to the secret Craftmas thing that we did? Aaron, or is this a separate thing?
No, you should have got a... Did we not announce... Was Pat not with us on that session?
Yeah, you think he was?
But
The one before.
if Pat was getting one from Saren,
What was Saren's gift to Sif? What was
yeah, Saren's gift was to Sif. Yeah.
It was.
Nothing.
Wasn't it the catcher's mitt?
Oh.
Disappointment. It was disappointment.
No, I mean, I
It
didn't
was a
get
lump of
anything.
coal.
I didn't get anything, but that's not the point. I think
It was the
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Perhaps it'll arrive late.
Well,
Oh.
in all the confusion, Sif's present was hidden underneath the tree, and Flint, like, looking around, he said, well,
There's one for Flint there as well.
there's another gift behind the tree near this other unopened package, which I'm assuming is for me, because I wasn't here to collect my gift. So, maybe these are for us. And he picks one of them up and he says, yeah, this one says to Sif from Mitra. I don't know how that's pronounced, but here you go. Now, who's Mitra? Is this another member of the gang that I haven't met yet? Like this fella here?
Pops in and out.
Interesting. It's a guy we've met once or twice. I appreciate it. And I open it, and it's mittens, right? Oven mitts?
Do you want to describe what it is?
Just have some
I just sent it to you.
Oh, cool. And it conveniently arrives on a piece of paper. Tell me exactly what it is. And it's a catcher's mitt. A cat-shaped glove. Awesome.
So what is it?
Okay, it's a novelty cat-shaped glove that allows the user to avoid or catch a projectile. It gives the wearer a +1 AC against all range non-magical attacks. If the wearer completely avoids the attack, blah blah. Yeah. It's a catcher's mitt that essentially makes me unhittable with ranged attacks unless it's a critical.
Oh, nice.
What if it's a cat firing an arrow at you?
Have you read about the wisdom save?
Yeah, don't forget the detrimental effects there.
Yeah, I'm still reading it. I just don't want to bore you guys. Just carry on.
It's not boring.
No, we want to know.
You must make a wisdom. You must make a wisdom save to avoid the compulsion to spend the round cleaning yourself with your tongue.
Oh my.
Right.
He does that anyway.
I mean, yeah, that's that. I do that throw every time. You guys just don't see it.
Except with Pat, it's licking his balls, not.
It always succeeds.
Dude,
so
if I was able to lick my balls, you'd never be able to see me. So I'd be licking my
is
balls.
that why your camera's broken?
Exactly.
Is that why it's broken, Pat?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I got 2 ribs removed like Molly Manson.
Oh yeah, that I remember.
So Flint takes his package and opens it up, and who made the present for Flint?
So this one's from Ezra.
Okay.
So inside you find a small box that you open, and there's a whistle and a little note that just says "blow me," and Ezra does a little chuckle to himself at this point.
So he's like, okay.
I
mean, is anything bad gonna happen to me if I do this?
No, surely not.
Fuck it. What happens?
And a few moments later, you hear some galloping coming down the street, and a horse just charges through the canvas and then rears up, and as it does so, smacks its head on the roof and falls back down and gets back up again. And Ezra just introduces, this here is Bucko. It's a loyal steed if ever you saw one, and he's a proud and handsome beast. He's an impressive specimen. But as he sort of goes to like nudge into Flint, he just like pushes his head forwards, but just misses Flint completely and just to one side.
So he's like,
he may have a bit of a problem with his eyesight, but I don't let that stop him.
This is a great beast. This is like, I mean, I've missed having a steed like since coming to this world. This reminds me of home. He's like, this is a great gift. Thank you very much. And he's like petting the horse and calming it. He's like, so he's got eye problems then, yeah?
One or two, but what he lacks there, he makes up for in damned loyalty. He'll be able to find you wherever you are, and he's also good at tracking down other companions you may have. So you should be able to find your way to us anytime.
Whoa, hello there, Bucko. It's like you're gonna be my friend from now on. You're gonna join me on wherever I go. Yeah, thanks for this. And he flints.
And he does a shit on the floor as you do.
Oh, okay. I'll clean that up. Kayla, why don't you open that while I'm dealing with this? And he goes around the bar and looks for something to scoop up the shit with. Not having been
I've sent you a PDF.
The rest of you for the last few sessions. So, Kayla, open your craftsman's gift, your proper craftsman gift from Flint.
Oh, okay.
You did it.
Who knows who the other present is from?
Only one.
What's it? What's the wrapping
So
paper?
as you open like the two, they're two separate items that have been kind of roughly bundled together in scrunched up bits of paper and then bound with twine. And as you open it, there's like these kind of like copper tinted metal horn caps for the points of your horns, your tiefling horns.
Ooh.
And he's like, yeah, do they fit? Try them on. And so
Are they horn
Is there a mirror nearby?
yeah, they're horn adornments, like two metal like
adornments?
adornments. And he's like,
Well, they're
they're
beautiful.
not just
Is there a mirror?
horns. If you attune to these things and assign them a command word, they can light up like a light spell. So they'll wherever you look, they'll illuminate an area ahead of you like a torch or a lantern.
Headlamp.
You got a headlamp. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
you got
That's a
headlamps.
name. I didn't have a name, but now there you got headlamps, horn lamps.
That's
Oh,
cool.
horn lamps. Horn lamps. I'm into it.
Cool.
So Caitlin's just gonna go and find a mirror. Is there any mirrors nearby?
There's probably some polished metal surfaces, like
Just gonna try and get them off.
breastplate or something like that. There's probably a mirror in Waterdeep, wouldn't there? Yeah. I don't know. There's enough other technology.
I just
here.
find a shiny goblet.
Ezra just
and I'm
turns
like,
his head around, and in his blonde, shining hair, you can just practically
Oh,
see him.
perfect. Thank you.
Extreme.
Yeah, so they fit perfectly on the ends of my horns.
Excellent.
This is
Good
beautiful.
job.
Thank you.
It's been a while since I've had to smith anything other than just like munitions for these pistols here, but I got some help from some of the dwarves in the forest, in the high forest there, and we did the best we could on a guess. But if they fit, that's great. I mean, I could have always adjusted them for you later, but all right.
You went to so much effort just for me.
Yeah, and I'm sorry I'm late. Merry Craftmas or whatever that. I'm not familiar with this celebration, not being
Me
from
neither, to
around
be
here.
fair.
But okay, I'm just gonna have myself some breakfast. I hope you guys get on what you got to do, and I'll get up to speed later on. And he goes into like the kitchen area of the Balzerf, like guessing where to go. Picks up a drink as he goes from the bar as he goes on his way through. And then a few moments later, there's another knock at the door, and it's Jasper, who just kind of peeks around the hole in the wall. He's like, "All right, morning. I know it's like day after Craftmas, but work doesn't end for the dung sweepers because things keep shitting and throwing rubbish in the streets, so we have to pick it up. So if you're ready, we're outside waiting for you to get on board."
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. I mean, you've only got
Let's go.
a couple of days left with us anyway, so won't be long before you don't have to look at another turd ever again. Well, unless you look at your own, of course. I mean, whatever you do in the toilet's up to you, but you won't have to look at anything else's turd. Let me put it that way. I'll go back to the cart, and he just leaves and waits for you guys. So, anything else you guys want to do or discuss before you get on the job?
When are you supposed to be doing the unicorn horn?
Whenever you like.
Did we send that guy there as a spy?
Yeah,
or
we sent him there.
Is he supposed to be reporting back to us, or?
Well, we had a conversation with him once, and then we sent him back to
Right.
Yeah,
see if anything else.
he's meant to make not have dinner or have tea with her.
Arrange
something?
it.
Yes,
with him?
we gave him a load of money
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
throw us a party, away. Oh, when were we going to turn up to that?
We were going to turn up to that. Yeah.
Yes.
What we're
Yes,
doing next.
and
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
I
do
think-
that this evening.
yeah,
Yeah. So that will be this evening's.
Is it like a Christmas party?
Yeah, Christmas party.
Christmas party. I'll get my hat.
Well, I mean, maybe we can send Grog to get some stuff for the party, or are they going to handle that? We didn't really give him any good instructions.
It's being held in the the unicorn's horn, isn't it? Isn't that where you're
think
going to
so,
have a
yeah.
meal there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they got it handled. It's just not going to be as good as what I would do. You know,
What were you
you
gonna
know all
do?
the magic I did the other day.
Oh,
Oh, that was.
I'm sure there'll be something.
Yeah, I guess. Alright, let's go. Come on.
Just don't kill anyone.
Okay. So you guys in your work overalls and
I've got my
Join.
battle kilt on
your battle kill.
underneath my
Yeah.
overalls.
So
Don't know how that works.
Faith is like, he's like, oh, good morning, happy next year. You've done a good job of patching up the wall there after that hole was blown in it. Though you might want to make that a bit more secure if you're going to leave the property. You don't want people coming in and out.
Is there a guard?
There is a guard at the door.
Is it?
Who are you?
He says, I'm Alan.
Hello, Alan.
Hello.
I give him how much? I give him a gold.
Yeah.
I'm like,
What
do
do you
your
want me
best.
to do with this?
Do your best to defend the bowels of the earth.
Well, I will do that anyway. That is my
Thanks.
duty.
Bye.
Okay.
Is it made of stone or is it made of bricks?
Stone and wood. It's a mix. Like,
Can I reassemble all the stone pieces
Yeah.
and then cast stone shape to kind of like just smooth it together?
yeah, yeah. If you want.
Oh, you fixed it.
Ah, yeah.
I patched it. It's
Ah.
not fixed it.
It looks great.
It's just like this smear. It's like this
It's not the same aesthetic.
marble-esque mixture of
I should have
aggregate
waited for a
stone.
giveaway money.
It keeps the draft out. That's
Yeah.
as good as
So
ever.
Alan's like, well, that'll do. I mean, it will save me having to prevent thieves from sneaking in and having to spear them. Now they know there's not an easy way in.
That happens
Are
every
you saying
night.
that through the door? Because there's no wall there.
No, I'm outside on duty, like all the other guards have been throughout this
Why don't
campaign.
you sound like you're coming from outside? We're inside.
I thought you guys had just
I'm
left.
outside. What are you doing?
Well, I was fixing the wall inside.
You fixed it from the wrong side.
Yeah, Alan is talking through the door, like he's opened it a gap. And,
Alan, get out of the house!
all right, fine, and he just goes back to his position, standing beside the door.
Just be careful, Alan. It's very dangerous around this house.
I know. Reports from the last few days alone have made me very nervous. I'm hoping to be relieved by more than one other member of the guard soon.
I wouldn't count on it.
Can
Bye,
I
Alan.
not have a double
Right,
guards?
goodbye then. Bloody
Don't
misfit
die.
wankers.
Maybe we can hire some
What? It's
our own,
rude.
our own army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So off
We'll
you
do
go.
that later.
So Camlin is still his quiet self, sitting far away from the rest of you in the back of the carriage as you can get. Cole's up front, driving the horses, and he's like, right there, then. Where we're gonna go today? What do you fancy? Roll the dice, one of you, to see where we end up on
What is it?
today's
How many
job.
D4s?
D6?
D6.
3d6?
2D6.
Is it
Three.
3.
3.
10.
10.
Ooh, that's 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it Virgin Square?
Yep.
Virgin Square.
You too.
Like the band.
Square Virgin. They're definitely not those.
You see that bard band? You too.
Is that Elvish?
What is it? Sorry, what's the number? U2.
You too.
U2. Sorry, I only just got that. Bit behind.
A wee bit.
Oh, that's sweet.
He's bigger. He's bigger.
Bear with me. Be
You pay
entertaining.
for big ones, or do you
I'm
make
flipping
them
pages.
larger?
Yeah, he's a lot.
Alright, here we go.
I thought you get same
So-
size. Standard.
So as you pull up into Virgin Square, you see like the usual customary collection of mercenaries and postings on like job boards, loitering about, waiting for assignment, or like displaying their prowess with their sword forms or other weapons in the hopes that prospective clients will pick them for a job for the day. And there you see 3 men wearing black robes are currently occupying the centre of the square, and they're being given like an unusually wide berth by all the other occupants in the area. And as you get closer, as the dung sweepers disembark and start on their usual job of scooping up the various defecations that litter the area, you see that they have between them a black dragon wormling, which is like hissing and clawing out from behind them at some of the various people, and suddenly, like agitated by somebody, it spins around and spits some form of greenish-looking fluid from its mouth, and the cultists, the robe-wearing, they've got masks that look like dragon faces. Sorry, I should have said this. They all stagger back like in surprise and get covered by this jet of fluid and start to disintegrate right before your eyes, screaming in pain.
Individuals.
So it's like Toff in the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And so their bodies just become like bubbling, steaming, hissing piles of black and green goo.
Ezra shouts, "Look, it's that dragon that disintegrated that character in that other square."
I've seen that play! I spent a lot of time seeing the plays.
Is this an act? It's very strange.
Well, as you continue to watch, the wormling starts running around the square, terrorising all the other occupants, like the various mercenaries and potential clients, and even some of them, like seeing the power of its corrosive breath, like run away from it, like, I'm not qualified for this. No, get away from me! And it's like just like galloping after them, hissing and snapping, and then starts inhaling and chuffing as if it's going to eject another spray of the fluid at the people in the square.
Oh man.
You know who is?
So
Misfits,
the
we must intervene.
just like, whoa, this is way above our pay grade. Let's get the fuck out of here. And they just start quickly loading their stuff into the back of the carriage. It's like, this is a job for you lot, I think. Yeah, off you go. Go on, do your...
Is there any...
Job for animal handling.
Yes.
Wormling is probably the size of a small horse, something like that. Like a pony, like a pony, like a
the size of a lion.
little Sebastian type size thing, isn't
Is
it?
it a wormling?
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
little
wormling.
Sebastian.
Oh, it's only a
Little
wormling.
Yeah.
Sebastian.
They're pretty big.
Let's see, what size where's my fucking dungeon masters? I'm missing stuff.
Black dragon wormling.
Can I? Oh yeah, let's do. We're doing.
It's in charge enough.
Are we rolling
This is the problem with Christmas. This is the problem with Christmas. Everything's always in another place where you expect it to have been. So we're still trying to determine what size this thing is for you. Is that what you want to know still? Yeah?
Yes.
There you
Here we go. So it's classed as medium, so I'm going to change this to a young black dragon. Just for you guys.
Well, fuck.
So it's large, so it's like the size of a smaller horse, like, and you can see why it got away from these black-robed cultists because of any chance of hoping to placate this creature was foolish on their part. Why am I saying this to you as a DM? I should be saying this to you as a character. Imagine one of the dung sweepers said that Faith said that to you. She's basically like, that was extremely stupid of them to bring a dragon wormling into the square full of people like that, especially those that are going through like weapon drills and various other combat routines. Of course it's going to get agitated and melt people.
Hasn't Waterdeep got some kind of spell over it to stop dragons from coming into it?
No.
Are you wrecking it?
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't.
Oh dear. Does anyone speak Draconic?
I don't. You are right.
No, that's fine. No,
You are right.
I don't want to change
It's
it.
just for the sake of this module that we're running, I'm
that's
choosing to ignore that. This is the problem, folks out there. When you play with people that know D&D lore as well as you do, if not better.
Yeah.
Like
On
the-
Craftsman,
It doesn't
Craftsman's
matter.
Eve, the barriers weaken.
Oh no! The one limit of Waterdeep.
Oh, it's rubbish.
Oh no!
Fucking live it.
What's gonna happen?
Why don't they all just wait to attack?
Actually, I will say that
It dies. Oh.
let's go. Let's for the sake of the narrative, so I can keep this consistent with other things that are brewing. You saw the black dragon. These black robe dragon cultists standing in the square with people giving them a wide berth, and then one of them produced a statue of a dragon from within the confines of its robes and dropped it onto the floor, and they did some sort of like mantra, like ritual, like im shalabim, and this statue turned into a dragon, young dragon wormling, and that's when it got agitated, melted them, and started to run amok. There we go, solved. There we go. So because they're already within the borders of Waterdeep, and not having transported a live dragon past its gates, somehow this is a magical loophole in the protections that protect the city, and yeah, there you go. I did it.
Yeah.
I did it.
Good
How
job.
that satisfies nerddom.
It does. I'm happy.
How far away is this dragon right now?
It's in the centre of the square, so it's probably about maybe somewhere between 50 and 60 feet away from you. How big is it? Let's have a look on this map. Let me
It's
get an idea.
large if it's a young black dragon.
So that's a pretty big area. So yeah, let's just go on the assumption that it's 100 by 100 feet in diameter, the Virgin Square. So you're 50 feet or so away from it, having just come in from Simple Street into Virgin Square. So you're not engaged yet. It's at a distance, running wild and lunging at people.
Can Ezra try and cast a spell?
He can. Do you?
He would like, because it's the solution to almost every problem, he'd like to cast polymorph on the dragon.
Okay.
Turn it into a chicken.
Okay. So.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh no.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
I suspect his dragons have just mad good saves on everything, but whatever, worth a try.
I'm going to use an ability that it has to having saved on that. I've only got so many of them that I can use, but that one it saved, even though I rolled.
We tested it. We tested it.
Twice with advantage and failed on both of them, so I'm going to use up a legendary resistance.
Wow.
Legendary doodles.
You don't know that as characters.
I don't know.
Get out of jail free card.
It's a shiny.
Literally get out of jail free card.
So I give all of you one chance to do one action. So Ezra's used his up before you have to go and engage it in an initiative round, because it doesn't even know you're there at the minute. It's too busy trying to tear up some of the mercenaries that are running away from it.
Oh, you shouldn't do that.
So has anybody got anything up their sleeves? Anyone want to try anything?
What?
Just checking.
Can I cast Cone of Cold?
Okay.
I want to move within 40 feet of it.
Yeah, you
Like
can do that.
20
You can do that
feet
easily, yeah. So you push through some of the screaming, fleeing occupants of the square, and
Is it clear in front of me, or am I? Can I wait for a space where there's not someone?
I'd say like you've got enough chances with people fleeing, like, and honestly, if you're standing there looking like you're about to do something, nobody's going to run at you, especially not this crowd, because they tend to be mostly like veterans and warriors that know the way of the Forgotten Realms, and if anybody's doing gestures and mumbling, that usually means some sort of magic is going to come at you, so they're not running straight into your field of fire. They're avoiding you like the plague. So yeah, go for it. Take your shot.
Okay, we'll make a.
That was a long-winded way of me saying yes.
Make a spell. Is it intelligence spell save? You save against whatever your spellcasting ability is, don't you? Is that right?
Depends on the spell. Does it not tell you in Cone of Cold? What it...
It says. Make a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 7, which isn't very good.
That fails.
Yeah.
Okay, it takes some damage.
Fight!
It takes 27 cold damage.
27. Friggity.
Dang.
Yes, or we could just kill it.
That's how we usually do it.
Hey, if your thing worked, I would have done a different thing.
Could you pass me that, please?
If we all cast polymorph on it, eventually it'll land.
I don't have that spell.
I can't cast magic.
Cast fist.
I'll swing my axe.
Okay, so that seems to make it flinch and rear back away from the people that it was harassing, and it's like, and then as it shrugs off the effect, though it's clearly been hurt by the cold damage, it turns towards you and focuses its eye completely upon
Bad.
Bog. It's like, and it starts like stalking its way towards you across the square. Anyone else want to do anything?
Yeah, can Bramble try something?
Yeah, go for it.
So Bramble's gonna try hypnotic pattern.
Okay.
You create a twisting pattern of colours that weave through the air inside a 30-foot cube within range. The pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Okay, so that's everybody, isn't it? Isn't that pretty much everybody?
Did you roll?
Well, it's in wherever that... I'm walking up to where that creature is, really.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Or near enough.
What's its area of effect? Does it actually say? Is it 60 feet?
30... range is 120 feet, but the area of effect is 30 foot.
Okay, yeah, you can get close enough to avoid affecting everybody else. What did I have to beat, Has?
You have to be 18.
Oh yeah, it's failed that. Yep, failed.
Cool, so it's charmed, so it's incapacitated.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait.
So an incapacitated creature can't take any actions or reactions for
so
up to a minute, so
I'm gonna burn another resistance.
Motherfucker.
So that it shrugs that off like, and then turns its attention from Boggart to you and starts maliciously stalking towards you instead.
Just like Bramble, just like quickly like creep behind Boggart, like nope.
Yeah, you can do that. So you're behind Groggart, like just hiding, like human ogre shield.
Yeah, I cower.
Anyone else got anything they want to try before we roll for initiative?
But it's not near me, so I can't do anything yet.
So Cray, no.
No.
Kayla, do you want to do anything?
No, I can't. No.
Sif?
We'll just go fight it.
What? Yeah. I don't have anything I can do here really. I'm just gonna wait until initiative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless you know what, I will do a thing.
Okay. What?
I will do a thing. Where is it? Special thing. Oh, if only I could see through my own head.
You know, you don't have to wear that all the way through.
What are you
the
talking
session.
about? Special. I'm going to use one of my superiority die, and before combat, I'm going to cast. Well, do know your enemy.
Okay.
And I'll spend at least a minute absorbing this dragon. You learn information about its capabilities compared to your own, either strength score, dex score, constitution. armor class, current hit point, total class, if any, fighter class levels. What would everyone like to know?
What?
Out of strength, dex, con, AC, or HP?
AC.
AC? Can I study it and know that it's density of its armor?
Okay, so as Cray like desperately focused eyes come together for once and narrow and hone in on the dragon, he's like, you glean that this has got a very high AC, higher than any of you, in fact, which is 19.
19.
19.
Ooh.
19.
Okay.
So yeah, roll for initiative, please, gang.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, no, wait.
I've been playing too much Pokemon.
15.
Bramble got
20.
20. Hey.
I'll bite you, Bramble. I'll bite you.
Hey man, you can go for it first. I'm gonna run.
13.
13. What did you get,
Nope.
Ezra?
You got 20 as well.
20. Wow.
Yeah, I've got 20, right?
So which of you wants to go first?
All three of us got 20.
Oh, shit. What order do you want to go in? You tell me. I'll let you decide.
I'll go early because I can buff y'all.
Okay. And then who's next?
Bramble will probably go second so he can run away.
Okay, and is it Sif who rolled a 20 as well? Was it Roggett?
I rolled a 14.
Oh, you rolled 14.
Who rolled the
Okay.
other 20?
Sif, what did you get on your initiative roll?
I thought it was you, Craig.
It wasn't me. I was just saying, good for you.
Okay, Sif, what did you get?
Where's Pat gone?
Where's our Pat?
Ah!
Has he fallen asleep?
Have you gone to the loo?
This will be a
He just
first.
spoke a minute
Player
ago.
falls asleep online. We can have that.
Internet died.
The internet
Oh,
died.
shit.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh well, fuck. Okay, well we'll hold him in reserve
He's
until.
working on it. Pat's doing Pat things.
Okay. Oh, the windows. All right. Well, anyway, Ezra, you get to go first.
Am I back? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yay!
Yeah.
Welcome back.
What's your initiative, Sif?
It is, in fact, a whooping 11.
11. Okay.
Double one.
We live on. This is good. All right. You've done pretty well in the initiative there because most of your buff characters can get in there first. So yes, Ezra, do tell me what plans have you?
Okay. Ezra's going to start sort of advancing on the creature, but at a bit of an angle to like spread out and sort of do a bit of a hand gesture to try and suggest that we fan out. You know, this is a dragon. We know what dragons do, right? Yeah. So he's going out to the right and forwards, and we'll move 30 feet in that direction, which I guess will be put about halfway-ish. Yeah. Cool. And he's also going to let's all do our best and cast Bless on everyone in the group.
Whoa!
So you all can add a D4 to any attack roll or saving throw for a minute, and I think we're going to need them.
Yes, you
A
are.
D4.
Nice one. We're gonna die.
Just add a D4 to all attack rolls and saving throws,
First
Okay.
Attack rolls and saving throws.
and that's all of them. So if you make many attacks or if you have to make many saves.
Ooh.
Okay. Bramble, you're next.
Oh, and also, who wants some? Who's feeling brave? Who's going in there? Cray Cray, you going in there?
Yes.
Show us how it's done, Cray Cray. I'll give you Bardic Inspiration.
Nice.
That's a D10 to a roll as you need it. So if you need to, you can do a D10 and a D4.
Ooh. That would be super
Nice.
easy. Racking this
All right.
up.
Okay, Bramble, what have you got?
Um,
What have you got lined
Oh,
up?
sorry, it's D8 because I down leveled. Sorry.
That's alright.
So Bramble being inspired by this, he finds out to the left of Ezra, and he conjures web or casts it. So you conjure massive, thick, sticky webbing at one point of your choice within range. The web is full of 20-foot cube from that point for the duration, and it's dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
For you, sir.
Is that like an area, or is it more like it hits one creature?
It's an area 20-foot cube.
17.
Ooh, just failed.
Oh, okay.
So you are restrained as long as it remains in the web. So
Okay.
you're restrained for now. So
Okay, so I'm gonna burn my last legendary resistance and free myself from that. So the dragon just like tears its paws out of the webbing.
Yeah, we've burned his.
We're getting him to use them up.
Okay.
It's good,
So
it's good.
anything else, Bramble? Or is that it for your turn?
can I guess nah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the creature fixes its baleful gaze upon you, Bramble. Like, and can you make a
I should
wisdom
have
saving
something.
throw, please?
Oh no.
Oh, what? Sorry.
A wisdom saving throw.
Add D4.
I'll add the D4 then. Well, I got 16 plus 16, 17. It's 22
Oh,
with the D4.
You're fine. So this like draconic countenance has no effect on you whatsoever. So you just hold its stare, despite the fact that it's intently concentrating upon you. And then I need to.
So, did you guys hear that? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we knew.
Last one of 2020.
Woo.
The year of double crits. Okay, so it sucks in a breath like you saw it do previously, and then expels it in a jet of this corrosive fluid straight at you, Bramble. And this is a 60-foot line, 5 feet wide, so it's fairly concentrated. And you need to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
I got 14.
Add D4.
24, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to keep reminding you of this.
That's 18.
18. You lucky bugger.
Oh.
Okay, so you just managed to like skip to the side, and the blast maybe singes like one of the fibers of your outfit.
It's singes some of my straw that like
Some of the
comes
straw
out.
burns away, yeah. But
Really?
it
Straw!
splatters harmlessly onto the cobblestones and maybe like pits them like with its corrosive.
Not even half damage.
No. Oh no! Sorry, I read it wrong. No, yeah. It
Why the
gets you.
fuck, Mike?
Yeah, it just catches you across your chest.
I'm
You're
a
right,
massive
Mike.
kid.
Sorry.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
Alright.
So this is going to be.
You idiot!
I give it and I take it away.
Yeah.
I want to roll this many dice. I know this is going to take a while, but I
Oh
just
my
want to
God.
roll this many dice. I rarely get to roll this amount of damage, so
Oh.
please humour me.
Well, it was nice knowing you all.
Yep.
Adult detective days are over.
I know, right?
He's not a dragon detective. He's an
I'm
adult.
not a dragon detective.
It's because it's a young dragon, that's why. If it was an adult
Yeah,
dragon,
it's
no, it's
book-
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
If it was an adult dragon, you'd be all over it.
I know, right?
You'd be wrecking it.
Just attack and just be like, no.
Would have no chance.
Oh god, are they still in there?
Yes.
Got to them now.
Put them back in.
For next
For
time.
next time.
I think there's some food in the kitchen.
Oh, no, I don't need any food. I'm peckish.
What's in this one?
Haven't heard you only roll any dice there.
Hang on, I'm doing maths.
Don't remind him. Maybe
That
he'll
is
forget.
66 points of acid
What
damage,
damage?
which is half,
Half,
so that's 33.
Oh,
33 points of
Okay,
acid
Does
damage.
it not hit more than one person? Is it
No,
not?
it's not a wide enough beam for that to happen.
Fine.
Unless you guys want to be standing behind it, I'll allow you to.
Yeah, does anyone want to be standing
We
behind
found
me?
out for this
We
reason.
found out, like we
Found out my ass.
And that's it for its turn. So it is now Cray Cray's go.
Oh shit! Right. I'm assuming any like area effect stuff you threw down is like on the terrain.
Would be, yeah.
Yeah, are we going to have to fight our way through that webbing now?
Yeah, probably.
How big is it,
Thanks.
maybe?
Well, to be fair, I shout that it is flammable. I will shout that.
It's flammable, eh?
It's flammable.
We know someone who might be able to help with that.
Flammable, you say?
I'll dash a little bit nearer, but to the edge of the webbing, and I'll hit the webbing with my axe. Do I have to? Oh yeah. What's the AC of the webbing?
Can you close that distance? How far can you run?
How far is it?
We started like 60 feet away, didn't
Oh Christ, no! I won't be able to get near it.
we? Was that right, Aaron?
Sorry, say again. Sorry.
How far was the dragon from our original position?
It was about about 60 feet away.
Okay. Is the webbing right around it?
Yes, it would be in that
Like
area.
10-foot radius, is it? Something like that?
It's 20 foot
20-foot radius?
20 foot radius of from its position.
20-foot radius. Would I be able to get close to the radius of the webbing?
Your move speed's like 40 feet, isn't it? It's like ridiculously fast, aren't
No,
you?
I lowered it. It's only 30.
Only 30.
Yeah.
Still high.
I hear
Can you attack as a bonus action? Have you got something like that? Because you could use dash action and then attack with your.
No, I can use a bonus action to let someone else have a go. I tell you what, I'll move a bit closer, but you know, not stupid though.
Well, you want to? We just want to finish it. Let's finish
All right,
this.
fuck it. I'll go into range, but not into the webbing. As close as I can. 30 feet forwards, Aaron.
Okay. Hang on a second.
Ah!
So, what do you want to do? You want to?
I've just gone forwards. 30 feet.
So I'm just making up a rough battle map here because I think this could get confusing with all the area of effects stuff.
Oh, okay. What
On roll 20. So just let me move you guys to that particular plate.
No worries.
Hang on, that's the wrong one. It's not the right one.
Oh, looks like granite. Oh, okay.
So I don't know where you guys are. So wherever you imagined yourselves being in relation to the dragon, can you see it on roll 20?
Oh, I can't control anything. Do I need to do something?
No, you should be able to.
No, I can't control it, but just move me like forwards and to the right, I guess.
Bramble could be on the left of Ezra.
I was 40 feet away.
I haven't got a.
Nah, you don't.
I haven't got a character for Bramble. Just remember, because we haven't used this since last year. I didn't get a.
Yeah.
I didn't make a scarecrow.
Have you got a pumpkin? I just want to go 30 feet forward, Aaron.
Right, you should all be able to control your characters now.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I can't, I don't think.
Move me directly forward. Like, yeah.
40.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah. Are we using this green guy's bramble or not?
Yeah, let's just use Chupa as Bramble for the time being, just for the sake of.
Cool. Can you move him, Faz? Did you just
I'm just doing it
no,
now.
I can't move it. Oh, no, I can.
Okay, there you go, Haz. You can control Chupa's thing. So Chupa is Bramble for the sake of. You've moved forwards. Sorry that took so long. I bet that was really boring for people to watch. And you've moved forwards to attack the dragon. What are you doing?
well, I can't reach it, so I just ready to.
Okay.
You need to get you a throwing weapon.
You got javelins, haven't you?
I haven't got any javelins anymore. I used them all up.
I bought a load of javelins. You can have some javelins from me.
Oh, no, wait. Did I buy some more javelins? No.
You could always throw something at it as an improvised weapon.
Okay. So it is
Throw a barrel at it.
Kayla's turn.
Good idea. Some water.
So where's this webbing?
Does someone want to draw webbing on the map?
Who did the weapon? Was it
Bramble.
Where's the webbing, Brown?
20 foot forward position, so it's standing in the webbing because it was restrained, but obviously it used one of its. So it's around it.
Okay. Should I set that on fire?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, what else would
Of
you do?
course, Kat. What else would I do?
I guess.
So I'm gonna move
Smells weird.
Yeah.
behind
Good.
Grog and Grog out here. Oh, yeah. I think I can move it.
Put in your mouth.
And I'm gonna use Scorching Rays.
Ooh.
I'm gonna throw one at the webbing and two at the dragon.
Nice.
So let's get rolling. Oh, nat 20. Yeah, first roll of 2020.
Round about 2020.
I guess although I did just roll it. First attack roll of 2020. Okay, so that was the first one. I guess I'll do the damage as I go. So that one will be. How were we doing the critical damage? Because we're not doing the double rollets.
We're doing
Like the max roll plus a roll.
Yeah, maximum roll plus double the damage dice. So if it's D8, 8 plus double the amount of damage dice you would roll. So say if you rolled one D8, it would be 2D8. So it'd be 8 plus 2D8. But I get to do that as well, remember. So
Yeah. It's 2d6. So,
okay, so
it
it's
would
6
be.
plus the 2D6.
So 6 plus 2d6. So 7.
Wouldn't it be 12 plus 2d6?
Because you've satellite the webbing, it's extra 2d4.
Nice.
Is that per round or just once?
It's per round. It lasts a minute. So it'll take 2d4 twice, I think.
I think around is 10 seconds.
Around is 6 seconds.
Pat's back.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I keep cutting out.
Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna roll my next ray. I guess the damage. Shame 'cause the damage didn't really matter that much on that last one.
So the webbing's on fire. Yes.
Webbing's on fire.
Okay.
25 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. That was 3 fire damage. And 21 to hit.
Yes, that's a hit.
Also at the dragon.
Good
That
aim.
one was 8 fire damage.
Okay.
You rolled 2d4s as well, right? For the web.
For the
For
web.
the standing in the web.
Oh, he's standing in the web.
He'll do that at the start of its
On his
turn,
turn.
probably.
Oh, it's the start of his turn.
So I
okay.
don't think I do that.
Usually with this sort of thing, it's the start of the turn.
Yeah.
So sorry, can you? What were the damages, Cap? Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, so 3 and 8, so
Yeah.
11 fire damage to the dragon in total,
Yep.
And the critical hit.
which was unfortunately at the webbing.
Oh. Well. Okay. Well, let's say no. No, because
I
that's-
wrecked the webbing.
Let's say that it takes that damage now then, just as a
Okay.
bonus for a crit there. So what was it? What was
Sure.
the? Is it 2d4?
Oh.
Did you say?
Yeah, 2d4.
So roll 2d4, please.
Okay. Uh,
You caught a particularly flammable bit of web.
ooh, it flew off. 5.
5.
5.
Okay. So the dragon is unhappy. It starts like roaring in pain as its limbs are starting to burn from the flames rising up through the webbing that's caught alight.
Deal with it.
Yeah. Is that it for you, Kayla?
I don't think I'm in range to do anything else. Right? So yes.
Okay. So Grogget, your turn. What's happening?
Hell yeah. I am going to. I mean, how beaten up is it?
It doesn't look significantly hurt by any of these attacks yet. Minor wounding,
He looks pissed.
but it's angry.
Yeah.
It's a bit annoyed now.
It knows
It's
who to kill.
perturbed.
It's a turd.
Oh,
Have you got the dung sweepers with you then?
I turn to the
we're
group
gonna
and say,
clean it
Is
up.
this a new year? I need to know. Do we want this thing dead?
It seems like it's on a rampage killing people.
I guess.
Is the statue that the cloaked figures use still somewhere lying around, or did that get disintegrated?
It is the statue.
So do a perception check.
Oh, it is the
Learn
statue.
that. But do it on your turn when
Okay.
you come back around. What are you doing?
I will cast disintegrate.
Of course he
Of course
will.
you are. Of course you're going to do that.
New year, new me.
Every square I go to.
Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
You guys are basically just having like a disintegration off between you and the dragon.
Oh god.
Basically.
That's a 12.
That doesn't say.
How can it fail? This is
Well,
no.
you used all your.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Otherwise, I wouldn't.
Didn't you have 3? You normally have 3.
Yeah, he's used 3.
You
You
used
should
3
have
on...
saved him. I did not. I did tactically.
Yeah.
I poorly played.
Well, the dragon wouldn't have known my.
You squandered
tactic is
the-
just to disintegrate.
It's only a young dragon. Oh, the folly.
You're the DM, Aaron. You call the rule.
So
Shut
you're
up, you.
disintegrating it.
Yes, please.
Okay.
4, 5.
You accidentally shoot a MacGuffin.
7, 8, 9.
That's right. Oh shit. Oh my god.
6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 30.
You can't disintegrate a dragon. You just can't. You just can't. You're not Vecna. Fuck off.
36.
Fun story. I, whilst playing Baldur's Gate 2, got most of the way through the game, tried to disintegrate a dragon, The only effect it had was to disintegrate its items, which were required to finish the game.
Oh.
So I go to loot it when I beat it, and it's like, duh.
Oh my god.
I'm glad the game punished you for that.
That's really crazy.
Oh, yeah, all of its loot's gone. So 38.
Yeah.
Force damage, I think it is.
Okay.
Plus 40.
So 78 force damage.
Yeah.
So its muscular sort of structure begins to wither and weaken, and its flesh starts to flake off, like the scales start to disintegrate and flake off like ash. Its wings become mottled and holy, and it starts to shrink, and then it's just like, and it manages to resist enough of the effect to save itself from perishing. But you have significantly injured it. It is reduced in its bulk and stature, and it's starting to look wizened and weak.
Can Ezra call out, "Don't you wish you were a chicken now?"
Can I use that thing as a bonus action?
What, the ring?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Let me just. No, he doesn't say. Nah, it's praise an action. I turn healer and run away. as far as I can.
What,
So.
is Grog just going to run away then?
It's like, I say,
Grog, turn around.
Do a persuasion check on Grog to see if you can convince your savage, dim-witted ogre.
but dragon. Persuasion is
It's pretty high.
plus 6, 20.
Oh, fuck.
20. What's his wisdom? It's nothing, isn't it?
No, minus 1 for his wisdom.
Yeah, okay, so you manage to like steer him around and he goes running off.
But I want to fight the dragon.
It's not a great idea today, mate.
How far do you want to go back?
40 feet.
Boy! You're off the map.
Have fun dealing with it.
You fucker.
What a guy.
Sif, it's your turn. You're up. You watch as Boggart delivers extreme damage to the creature, enraging it, and then scarpers.
Classic.
So I see this gigantic, well, fairly huge dragon that's now been enraged by my friend there, and I look at my dung sweepers, brush, and I move 40 feet away from it.
Okay.
It's a good idea, mate.
And I'm going to take a couple of shots at it take a shot at it with a crossbow from a very far distance.
Okay, so you're going to be rolling with disadvantage then.
I'll be shooting from about, I don't know, 80 feet away. I don't think that's far enough.
Conveniently enough, 80 feet is just in the non-disadvantage range.
Yeah.
Any further than that, it would be distant.
Oh, right, okay. I got lucky. Yeah. Sif is just like, fuck this. I'll support this time. I support you guys from a distance. And he just legs it and then just pulls his crossbow out from under his robes and take a shot, which is 22.
Is it uncomfortable carrying a crossbow under your robes?
If that thing discharges, you're going to get like an arrow in your thigh.
You think that's bad?
Arrow in your knee.
I mean, look, you think that's bad? Just think where I hide my spear.
Secret pocket.
Ouchie.
Between your pecs.
Between his cheeks. Everybody
That's right.
has a flesh pocket.
Oh,
I hold it between my butt cheeks. Anyway, it's 22 to hit.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
All right. Oh. A whole 5 to hit.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. back to the top of the round. If that's you, done, Sif.
I get two attacks.
In the chaos, we both moved exactly the same direction and like sitting next to each other.
Away, yeah. So I get another shot in, right. just barely.
Maybe the two smartest characters in the game.
I mean, yes. I see a dragon. I move in the other direction. I played video games before. That's 27 to hit.
Yeah, that's
so
a hit.
it takes. Oh, nice. It takes 11 piercing damage.
Okay.
And that's me.
Okay.
I'm very comfortably moving away from the danger.
So there's those bolts strike in two different areas of its neck, like bedding between the sinews and what's left of the wasted muscle from Boggart's attack. It just like it thrashes its head around and smashes its jaw against its own flesh in an effort to break off the shafts, and it's just like it's incredibly angry. Still not dead, despite looking reduced. It's healthy enough that it's in the game and gonna keep coming at you. So Ezra, it's your turn.
That seemed to come around very quickly. I'm just going to run straight at it.
Oh,
Into the flaming webbing.
He's so brave.
Yeah.
Swoon.
Quickly, someone give him a book.
Yeah, I'm going to run straight at it and use my short sword.
Well, Ezra didn't last long. He died. Oh,
He was so brave.
maybe good looks don't mean good brains.
So as I do that, I'm going to use my channel divinity to give myself a legendary strike.
Oh, wow.
And
fancy.
also use my action to do thing. Oh no, it's not an action, is it? What is it? It's a thing. It's a whole thing, and I don't remember what it's called. Maybe it is. Oh, divine smite. There is it. I can spend a spell slot. Okay, so I'm going in. 14 plus a bunch, but that's a significant number. 24 to hit.
That's a hit.
Great. And I will use my blah 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 blah. Divine Smite to add a D8 for each spell slot to this damage.
Jesus.
And let's go with 5th level because why not? So I'll add 5d8 to it.
Let's hear them dice.
I've only got one. Oh no, I haven't. I've got another one somewhere.
Oh, them bones.
It's probably downstairs. It's probably downstairs. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I'll just roll it several times.
You should have brought your dice with us when we saw you over Christmas.
No, not that.
33 damage.
33.
Of which most of it is radiant and some of it is slashing. Do you care how much?
No, doesn't matter at this point. 33, did you say?
33, yeah.
Okay. And what type of damage? So radiant and...
Mostly radiant.
Okay, so as these blasts like strike true and sear...
Just one really powerful.
So you get
full on launching forward.
In like the chest area below where its neck meets its shoulders, and it sears a huge like bleeding hole into the flesh, exposing some of the bone partially as well. And it screams in agony in response to the blast, and then but looks you. Did you move forwards, Mike? How far did you move?
Yeah, I charged forward to do that.
What's where are you on the map? Just because I need.
I need to move. Yeah.
Oh,
right there, all up in its grill.
Okay,
Wow.
so
Jesus.
it spins around and swipes at you with its tail.
Sorry, I should have checked. If as I moved through the webbing, did I need to do anything?
Your movement would have been halved. But you're
It's
on
on
fire
fire.
as well, so you would have taken 2d4 damage. Let me roll that for you.
I'll take the damage, sure.
It was worth it.
The webbing's
Worth
not
it.
sticky because it's on fire.
Oh, okay.
I can't find my D4. There it is.
I mean, I don't know if that's true. I just made that up.
I would have thought.
You Tony take 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And oh god, why am I rolling so bad?
You mean so good?
No.
Passed my concentration check.
So that's a 17 to hit. Does that hit Ezra? What's your AC at the minute?
It does hit Ezra.
Okay.
He's
So the
not
tail-
built as a tank.
The tail hits you square, like straight across your middle, smacking into you with full force, and you take. Let's see.
Oh, I tell you what I should have done there. Never mind. I'll leave it.
You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage,
Jesus.
and you are sent flying 15 feet.
I had another attack I was going to make. That's brilliant. Then. So just as I'm readying my next attack.
Yeah.
He gets slapped back.
Slap back.
Any preferred direction?
Let's have you.
Did he swing clockwise or
Straight
counterclockwise?
down, Mike. Just boom in a straight line, please. There we go. Good. Is that it for you? And you're prone, by the way. You're prone as well.
Oh shit! Okay. Yeah.
So that pretty much ends your turn anyway, doesn't it? So Bramble, you're up.
I can't make a save to land on my feet, can I?
He's all about saving face.
I'll let you try with disadvantage because that's you took a hefty blow
yeah.
from a dragon's tail. So
Just a dex saving throw, yeah.
yep.
That's with disadvantage, actually, a 19.
I'm going to stop giving you guys favours now. I'm going to start being hardcore DM from now on.
Oh god.
You've had it too easy for too long.
I have proficiency in dex saves, so it's
I know.
plus 9.
I know. Yeah, you're okay. You managed to prevent yourself from falling prone, land on your feet, recover from the fall, but you're still
With style.
still facing off against a large beast. Bramble, what are you doing?
Bramble's gonna cast Phantasmal Killer. So you tap into the nightmares of a creature you can see within range, and the creature and create an illusionary manifestation of its deepest fears visible onto that creature. The target must make a Wisdom saving throw. So
Wisdom
off you
save.
go. Yep.
That's 14.
Ooh, you failed. So you take 4d10 psychic damage, and you're frightened.
Okay.
Dragons
He's got to be immune
Yeah,
to
you
being
can't-
frightened.
Yeah,
Oh, okay then.
But the damage is good.
but the damage
Yeah.
is good. Roll your damage.
First one was a 10.
Okay.
One was an 8. So 18. Add another 10. So 28 psychic damage.
28. That's a lot. Bloody hell.
Nice. So we've done fire, force, psychic, radiant, slashing damage to this thing.
So it swings its head from side to side as the psionic attack pierces its skull, and it's screaming in rage and agony, like, and it fixes on you at the side, Bramble. Its attention turned from Ezra, and dashes towards you.
Oh man.
So it's my turn now.
Do you know what? It doesn't actually say that young black dragons are.
No, they don't, but I'm deciding
Yeah, I think that's fair.
because it's ridiculous. A dragon wouldn't be frightened of
Yeah.
that. That's DM's discretion there, I'm afraid.
Totally, yeah, do it, Aaron.
I think it's that hat.
Change up those stats.
That hat's changed.
Double its hit points.
So
So the dragon,
He already has.
it's like dashes out of the webbing, taking the fire damage. So someone roll 2d4 for me.
I'll roll the
Not roll
2d4.
damage, that's not fair.
Is it supposed to be restrained at the start of each of its turns in the webbing?
It broke that with its legendary resistance. and it's on fire, the webbing, so it no longer has its sticky effect. And then it rears up with what's left of the remnants of its tattered wings and beats them in front of your face, Bramble. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
A D4.
Oh, nat 20.
You bastard! No, new year, new
Your
rules.
dragon shit, Aaron.
all crits are now fumbles. Okay.
Suddenly it's an adult black dragon.
Double crit.
Yes, it's turned into an adult. It gets 200 HP.
Okay, so you manage to dig your feet in and resist the effect of the force like blasting at you being created by its beating wings, and suffer no further effect. But then it rises up from the ground, flying. And what's its fly speed? Where the heck is that?
Can I do a reaction?
Nope. Because this is a legendary action that it's doing, so you don't get to do that. Where the hell is its flying speed? There we go. And so that's 40. So I'm gonna go.
I think its flying speed's double.
No, it's half. What I do is it's halved it. So,
okay. Because it's fucked.
You got McClunky, man.
So I'm now above Ezra and Kayla. Like I've circled around, and I'm looming above you two, like just hovering in the air. It is now.
Your voice broke out there, but I gathered from your gestures that you're now flying.
Yes, now flying. And I'm going to. It exhales and then blasts another jet of corrosive fluid at you, Ezra. Can you make a dex saving throw, please?
I certainly can try.
Plus D4.
Yeah, it is, but I don't know if it's how effective that would be. Oh, I've rolled bad. I rolled bad, guys.
Oh,
What do you get?
16.
Yes.
No.
no. Ezra's probably only got 10 health. He's a pansy.
Hang on, have I still got Lucky? I think I had to swap out Lucky, which was like the best feat.
Yeah, Lucky's a broken feat, I think.
Totally broken.
Of all the ones you can get, it's just like, why wouldn't I just take an extra save?
Yeah, I swapped it out when I changed up my character. I think this might be the end.
Oh no! No! We did try and fight a dragon.
Remember me well.
Who will write about his story?
Remember me.
Can I, as a reaction, just toss my
Point to the
book, whoosh, over to somebody?
Toss it over to me.
Yeah, let's put it over to Bramble. Remember me.
Take 70 points of acid damage as you're completely
Oh.
from this torrent of corrosive fluid spewing from its mouth.
He's smiling, but he's just like melted flesh.
Not the
And
face.
then it swings its head around and fixes Kayla, and and swoops down, and first it snashes lunges at you.
Oh, was that necrotic damage?
Acid, I think.
Acid. It was acid.
Ah,
Acid damage.
It was
Ass damage.
70 acids fly out of its mouth
Ass
and bombard
damage.
you.
Your booty is wrecked.
Thick. Damage is thick.
Thick.
Oh my god. Okay.
Is he okay?
Kayla, that's a 30 to hit as it goes lunges at you to bite you. So that's a definite hit. And you're going to take...
Don't touch that.
Find dice. Come on. Where are you? Where's my friggin' D10 gone? There we go. You take 11 points of piercing damage from its bite as it like traps you in its jaws, and then you take an additional 8 points of acid damage as some of the substance
Jesus.
still embedded in its mouth from the jet of corrosive fluid that it fired at Ezra also burns your flesh.
Owie.
And then releasing you from its jaws, it swipes at you with its claws. So that's going to be another 2 different attacks. I'll roll them both at the same time. That is a 28 to hit with one claw and a 22 to hit with another, so they're both hits.
Scheiße.
So with the first claw, you take 13 points of slashing damage, and with the next, you take another 13 points of slashing damage. So it's like tore open like 3 great gouges across your torso with one claw, and then
My titty's gonna be hanging out.
with the other. And that's
If
my
you've got
turn
any
over
left,
with.
man, let's do a rip 'em up.
So Cray, you're up. You've just
Ouch.
seen Ezra get doused and
Avenge me!
melted.
Oh, by the way, you've all lost your blast because I no longer have concentration on that particular.
Oh,
Are you
dear.
KO'd, Ezra? Are you down?
Yeah.
Okay.
My total HP
The
is
acid like
83.
smoke
So.
like clears out the way, and it's just like I was like ah.
So is it flying?
It's in the air at the minute.
How far in the air?
It's probably about, I don't know, 10 feet up.
You could jump in near it. Maybe you could like pull it down.
Can you like run off with somebody and have them push you in the air? Oh, you're too fucking heavy. That's your problem.
Run off of Ezra. He's already down.
You have
Use me as a stepping block.
Use him as a little bench.
What scenery is around here? Like, this isn't a totally empty square, is
No,
it?
it isn't.
It's a
There are
market.
like job posting boards situated at odd intervals around the circular shaped area.
Can we rally up
square.
some support?
Even though it's called a square, it's actually circular in shape.
Is there stuff I could?
There's probably some crates. I mean, I'll allow it. I'll say you
Yeah.
can see like a crate full of weapons that you can springboard off if you want to.
Yeah, we can jump off them and try.
Yeah,
and,
fuck
like,
it, let's do this.
Roar!
So,
Grapple its feet.
Are you making like a dex strength athletics check, see if you can effectively launch yourself into the air and then make your attack
I want
after
to
that.
Smooth shit.
What was that film? Was it Rain of Fire with a guy
Yeah.
leaps at a
Matthew McConaughey.
dragon with a...
25 to hit.
That's
25.
That's successful. Yeah. So you run, jump.
No, 20. Sorry.
Yeah. You spring up off the box. You're in the air. What are you attacking with?
Wilson.
The axe. So
Yes.
you got the axe. You're flying towards the dragon in the air. Make your attack roll.
26.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
I've lost my D4, haven't I? Right. Put that away. Was it D8? No, what was it?
It was a D8. You've lost it, yeah. You don't have
the
any
thing
more.
you cast on me, what was that?
What, bless? You still... They're not blessed anymore then, Mike.
No, they're not blessed.
What about...
I have to maintain concentration
What about
and I cannot do
inspiration?
that whilst unconscious.
Okay, he's unconscious anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, what was the other thing you gave me? You did 2 things on me.
Did you give Cray an inspiration dice?
I did, he still has that D8.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can still use that.
D8,
Yeah.
But you can only use that once.
Right.
But you can choose to use it after rolling your dice.
Cool. Well, that's 9. And this is my fire. 14. So 21 slashing damage.
21 slashing damage.
7 of it is fire.
So that's enough to end this thing's life. So describe how you take it down.
What?
I jump and swing and hit it right in the asshole.
Yeah, like the old times.
1,000 years of pain.
So you just basically split its back end fully in half as you're cleaving through it in the air,
Butterfly
and then
chicken.
you hit like a particularly stubborn bit of bone, and you're just lodged into this dragon's interior rear,
Oh man.
and as it falls to the ground dead, bleeding copiously, just a heap of wizened, wounded flesh
Am
and
I feeling hard here?
yeah.
Want me to do a roll?
Do a dex saving throw. See if you can
Roll
recover.
a natural 20.
All these natural 20s. It definitely is the year of
It's
2020,
the
isn't
year
it?
of 2020.
So yeah, you're fine. The thing's dead. All the onlookers that are watching from hidden in alleyways between houses are come out and they're just like, well done! Whoa, amazing display of prowess!
I'll run over to Ezra.
Okay.
Yeah, Bramble runs over with the book.
You know,
Are
try
you gonna start reading out passages?
Can
from the
I
book?
can I start doing some sort of overly dramatic performance Sean Bean style of spin out 10 minutes of monologue about how you all mean so much to me and
Oh.
let my legend live.
Captain. And I'm trying to pour a potion down his throat. I'm like, stop talking! I'm trying to bring you back to life!
Can Bramble show Grog that in the back of Ezra's book he's drawn a picture of himself and a little dick next to it.
Yeah.
Just hey, Grog, look at this. It's yeah.
Look what I did.
He's dying.
I carry him like a baby.
So you've given him a potion. What is it?
It's the. I clicked off it. Sorry. It's a potion of greater healing.
So roll the dice for him.
Yeah, can't see. I'm a lizard.
So while you're doing that, the others, you notice that the body, as it's bleeding out, suddenly it just starts to shrink down until eventually it just forms back into the obsidian statue of a dragon on the floor, amongst
Is it intact?
the gunk and guts and flesh that was splattered everywhere across the flagstones. So it just
Yoink.
turns back into this statuette.
You get a whopping 12 hit points.
So Kayla, it's nearest you on the floor probably if Bramble and Cray Cray are attending to Ezra.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah, what turns back into a statue?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna. Can I do an Arcana check on it
Yeah,
then?
you can. Yeah.
To see if I recognize it or would know anything about it or have read about it in my studies.
So while she's doing that, some of the mercenaries come up to you and they're slapping you on the back Cray Cray and Bramble you're just amazing display of bravery. Just I just couldn't believe my eyes. Just did you want to join our guild? Are you for hire?
Nah.
No? Oh, that's a shame.
these guys.
Look at some of these people that have been walking around, prospective clients. They'd pay a pretty penny for your services.
Oh, it's a package deal. They loosened it
Yeah,
for
but
me
two of
anyway.
them ran away.
They
That
loosened
one
it.
died nearly. Look at him, shambles.
That's just part of our strategy.
I did a lot of damage to it.
They don't seem to be hearing you at all.
I'm just holding Ezra he's like a wet blanket. Look, he's just pretending.
But he's awake now. He's just flailing him around.
So Kayla, what result did you get?
I'm 21.
Okay, so I mean, this is clearly magical. Have you touched it at all, or are you just feeling around the aura of the thing?
Currently, I'm just sort of squatting over it. And
Okay.
You're squatting over it.
No! Don't put that image in people's heads.
no!
Put it up your butt.
As in, I've crouched down in front of it. I'm looking at it
Okay.
with my eyes.
So,
It's in front
yeah,
of.
I mean, it's obviously.
Not under my booty.
It's obviously.
I'm not taking a shit on it.
it's obviously a powerful magical artifact of some kind.
Can I detect what kind of magic? Has it got similar vibes to the slardy sort of magic that we
No,
took
Or the ship.
Oh.
yeah,
ship.
it's more closely resembles your ship or Cray Cray's Khan bone sculpture.
Khan,
It's
yeah.
obviously like some.
Oh, is
form
it one of the things we
something,
were supposed to be finding?
Huh?
Say again.
Aren't we supposed to be finding these kinds of things?
Yes.
I mean, we seem to collect them.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you
No,
realised.
That's what
Demon
Ezra
guy
says
who
is
I've got
in between
his
like
name up.
groans of
Oh
pain.
yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to be finding these things, aren't we?
I'm going to have to head off
Yeah.
a little bit early because I don't want to get caught in all this football traffic.
Okay, Max. Thanks for playing, dude.
You can carry on for a bit, honestly.
We'll wrap this up in a minute anyway, so you won't miss much.
Bye everyone, love you.
Cheers. See you
Bye.
later. Safe journey.
Okay,
Yeah.
in that case, then I'm gonna turn to the other guys, sort of point it out, and say, "Oh yeah, aren't we supposed to be collecting these things for that guy?"
So as you say
I
that,
think
the
we
watch
found one.
suddenly turn up en masse, like surrounding the square, like look confused, and an officer comes up to
I'm
you in the
gonna-
middle area amidst all this blood that's left on the floor. He's like, "What? You am I right in that you are the Misfits? Yes. I guess your reputation precedes you. Can you tell us exactly what happened here? You obviously seem to have dealt with the problem. We have reports of a black dragon manifesting within Waterdeep. This should be
So-
impossible."
Before they came over, Kayla just swipes the thing into her jacket.
Okay,
Is
do
that-
a sleight of hand check for me to see
Yeah,
if you
sure.
can avoid them noticing it, please.
18?
Oh.
18. Let me just roll against that. Oh yeah, easily. Yeah.
Cool.
You-
So I've just hid it away.
So he's like, "Yeah, please, would you mind just taking the time to give a report on the events that transpired and what you did? We arrived too late. We had another matter to deal with further up near the Blackstaff Tower in regards to the events that happened the other night. Which one of you wants to give the report?"
I guess our buddy here with his book, and I hand over Ezra his book, and I'm like, he can tell you all about it.
Should we-
Report it.
I could not possibly. And I swoon and just milk it for us.
Okay, well, you obviously taken some quite severe injuries yourself during the course of this battle with this beast. So I'll leave you to rest. We'll come to you to it's the Bowels of the Earth, isn't it, where you're currently?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Like, you see to your injuries, and we'll come to the Bowels of the Earth later to take your report from you. How does that sound? Meanwhile, we'll get the crews in here to clean up and restore some sense of order. We can go about taking reports from the onlookers here before we come to you later.
Oh yeah, they saw everything.
So, all I can say is thank you for dealing with this when we weren't capable of it. We've had an outbreak of these thefts from those shadow thieves that you had to deal with the other night, and we've basically been going around the city all day, clearing up and dealing with these miscreants with the help of some of the magisters. So. It's been a bad day.
The plot thickens.
Anyway, yeah, please go about your business. We'll catch up with you later.
Okay. I scoop Ezra up again.
Okay, well, you're cradling it. Yeah.
Like Bibby.
Looking like a fabulous.
Still fabulous.
Fabulous,
All his clothes,
fabulous
all his clothes
wet
have been
blank.
completely melted away.
Oh,
so
not again.
he's just
Oh
naked
my!
Again.
and hairless, might I add.
Oh shit.
Oh no!
Completely bald.
A lot.
Oh my god.
Old people can be beautiful too.
Skin tarnished,
true.
beautiful
Nice.
bronze skin tarnished from all the.
Oh man,
The
we might
corrosion.
we might have to go on some kind of crusade to heal his skin.
Yeah. So
It's like you're like taking me to a healer. I'm like, no, beautician.
okay, so just make a note of this. You all receive a point for fighting and defeating that black dragon.
Point.
And I'll give you XP for that as well. We'll do that after. So yeah, we'll draw that the sessions to a close there. I think that's a good place to stop and pick up next time. So thanks for playing, everybody. Thank you to anybody that watched. We'll be back again with another session next Wednesday, 8ish UK time. Has anyone got anything?
What a
they
start to 2020.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Lots of 20s were rolled there. In
Massive.
fact,
Ooh,
was
yeah.
2 consecutive 20s rolled tonight, or am I imagining things?
At least that.
I rolled at least
Yeah.
one. It was on my
So,
first
you know,
attempt.
I rolled a one, yeah.
Third one.
Starting
I
the new
didn't.
year off in fine D&D style.
Yes.
Double
With a
crits.
bang.
Anyone got
yeah.
anything they want to promote or shout out about, or anything before we sign off?
Your Craftmas adventure.
My
yeah,
winter themed Craftmas adventure is available on the DM's Guild. I know Christmas has passed now, but if you want to buy it early for next year
Hey, it's
and
Craftmas
Hey.
somewhere.
and start early, like start the Craftmas festivities early, leading up to Craftmas Day, you can do that. Also, my other adventure, the Fox and the Fae, is also available on the DM's Guild. If you would be kind enough to purchase it, and also, like, if anybody watching this wants to interact with any of us in any way whatsoever,
Support your local DM.
we are all on social media, so you can converse and friend us and follow us and all that shit. We're not ogres, despite our moniker.
Yeah.
We are human
Speak for
beings.
yourselves.
We are human beings that like talking about games with people, so...
I'm half ogre.
I mostly share cool artwork.
And yeah,
So-
cool artwork is we all love being all artists ourselves of various descriptions. We like art, so share that with us. Anything else? Is that it?
I think that's it.
Watch 1d4 plus 4, our fellow D&D streamers and podcasters who host us on their channel, and we also host them. Oh my god, I've forgotten what bloody day they broadcast. I'll make up for that next time. Yeah. Anything else? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, thanks for watching. Be kind, be creative, play D&D. We'll see you again next week. So, cheerio.
Bye.
Bye.